Evening, everybody. We are here for the F1 Assist League in Vietnam. We've only got a handful of drivers here today, so we're doing a short qualifying session, but we will do 100% race distance. So we just need to wait for someone to come up the pits to get qualifying underway. Now, this is the first time we've ever raced here, so it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers cope with this track. It's a street circuit, so there's lots of barriers, lots of fast corners. I think it's going to be difficult. Haven't had too much track time myself, but it's the first time for everybody, as Kyle is the first driver out of the pits. And he's on soft tyres. So Supra has opted for inters, and he's changing back to softs. It's definitely looking dry. I'm not quite sure what the race conditions are going to be like. And we've also got Mayhem out in the pits. Supra now is on the mediums. Car's just in the final sector of this outlap. This is the very high speed, twisty stuff. A little bit like Valencia was. We've got a yellow flag. It's like Supra may have crashed somewhere. Carl's on the first lap down into turn 1. First DRS straight, I'm going to have 3 on this track. Very long corners. We've got another yellow out there. Oh, and that's Bloomster, he's hit the wall. And unlucky for him, there's a very early pit entry on this track, and it looks like he's crashed just at the beginning of his first lap, so he's got to go all the way around again. That's going to cost him some time. Who else is on the lap? Oh, Mike! Mike has also put it in the wall, so this driver's not finding this easy first time around. We've got Nathan on the lap. Looks like he's just starting the lap. And Kyle's the first across the line. 135.6. I think that's pretty quick. Nathan. So he's coming down the very long back straight. Second DRS zone here. Nice and tidy on the hairpin. He's got his teammate ahead of him. Hopefully he'll get out of the way. Oh, nearly loses it there. Bloomsdale peels in the pits. It's nice out of the way. Penultimate corner. Is it tidy? And he's out of battery. This is a 36.8, and Mayhem actually has gone quick. We missed that. 35.2. So that's 4 tenths clear in pole at the moment. So top 3 on track have all done their times, and we've got Super who's unfortunately binned it. Devil sitting in the pits. Loser, he's just coming back in after that wing damage. So 11 and a bit minutes to go. Should be enough time for at least another run. Nathan on another push lap. The drivers are going to have to start the race on these tyres that they're qualifying this session, and he's coming in. So it looks like Blooms is out again. And he's got the whole track to himself. Careful there. Just need to clear that. It looks like he's got away with that contact, but here we go. A little lock-up on that chicane. It looks tidy though. Got Nathan and Devil on outlaps. Devil's just about to come across the line in a moment. Blues is in the final sector. He's Valencia bit. Where's this going to play? Very close to 35.8, so that's good enough for P3. 2 tenths behind Kyle, 6 tenths behind Mayhem, so Mayhem at the moment is just sitting in the garage probably thinking, I don't really need to go out again. Devil's on the lap. We've got a yellow flag on sector. No. So we're just going slowly. Nathan getting ready to start his lap. He's starting now. Look at that, the devil. Ooh, he lost the rear as well, but he saved it. Like this is Nathan down the flying lap. On the back straight, second DRS zone. Tiny lock up and get us over that. That curve around. A bit of lag. Touched the ball there on the inside, so it hit on the outside, and 36.1. So he actually shaved quite a bit of time off his previous lap. I think if he hadn't bounced off the wall, he might have beaten his teammate. We've got Mayhem now just starting a lap. See if he can go even quicker. Just almost a tenth up. Pushing it right to the edge of the track. Just got mates in the apex. We've got 4 minutes left of qualifying. 4 drivers in the pits left in the session, so they're going to have to get out soonish. I imagine Mayhem probably will not do another lap after this. Let's see what he does. This looks quick. 34.995. Yeah, and he backs off straight away. Can anybody do a 34.9 or better? 3.5 minutes to find out. Someone is coming out. This will be Kyle. other drivers though seem to be happy. Bloomster's done 2 runs because of his early incident, so he may not want to use any more tyres. Devil's definitely only done 1, and he, as I say that, is coming out as well. Pretty much need to be leaving the pits now. We've got Bloomster, sorry. So he is coming out for a 3rd run. And I doubt Nathan will have enough time unless he's on his way. And here he comes. Is he going to make it? 1:36 on the clock, and that's the lap time. This will be very tight. Anyway, Kyle just crosses the line to start his lap. Locks up though. Bloomster comes across the line, start his lap. And I think Devil is also on his lap. Nathan still got half a lap to go. On board with Kyle. Looks like he's down a bit and through the middle sector and a big lock up, so I don't think this would be an improvement unless he lost a lot of time in the last sector. It was a nice lap. It's pretty aggressive though. So 35.3, I think he improved a little bit there. He lost some time on that lap. Nathan now. Ooh. He's not made it. Devil now. Is he finished? No, Devil. Yeah, he must have finished. I don't think he's improved. Oh, Bloomster, 35.375. Big improvement, but 200ths away from P2. Devil is backed off, so that looks like qualifying is complete. So Mayhem takes pole position in a 1:34.9. And then we've got Carl in second, 35.3, Bloomster in third, a 35.3 as well. And Nathan a 36.1, Devil 36.7. Supra and Mike unfortunately found the barrier. Although they weren't the only drivers in that session. Now we have to wait a minute and 20 for this timer to count down before we have a few minutes break, and then we'll get the race going. So there's confirmation. Mayhem got pole position at 34.9, followed by Kyle, Bloomson, Nathan, Devils, Supra and Mike, who didn't set a time. There's top 5 drivers all setting their best time on soft tyres. Supra and Mike will be able to set or fit whatever tyre they want to start this race on, and probably won't want to start on that soft, because I imagine that soft isn't going to last very long around a track like this. But I think it's going to be an exciting race. So 5-minute break from now, and then this race will be underway for a formation lap. So we have just under a minute to go now until we get this race underway. And the button's been pressed. I've been informed that we will have a dry race, and we're looking at somewhere in the region of 2 to 3 stop strategy. So it's a fairly high degradation race. And of course the nature of this track means we very well may see a safety car, or may not. Because this is Codemasters. Anyway, drivers are away. And it looks like Super and Mike are on the medium tyres, so that's going to be an advantage for them early on in this race. To get on with it. Carl's backing him up a little bit. He's got to stay within 10 car lengths there, or he might get a penalty. Yep. Burning out those rear tyres. Slowed it down. Mayhem is. Oh, and Kyle had a collision. He's taken him and Bloom sat out, but they'll be on the grid. And there they are. So Mayhem comes round. Nathan still around that last corner. Here they come. Fairly longish run down to the first corner, but then a tight left-hander, so let's see how they do. Oh, and we've got a glitch. Ooh. Mayhem's got a jump start there. And Bloomster maintains position. Kyle goes off the track though. Nathan is looking around the outside. So there's a little bit of delay with this game sometimes when you spectate, so the noise of the lights going out was a bit premature, but Mayhem did look to release the clutch. Oh! Nathan nearly on the back of his teammate, but Mayhem did look to release the clutch a little bit early and got away, so he will have to have a drive-through penalty within the next 2 to 3 laps. So Kyle will take over the lead. Oh, and we've got a second strategy there. It's definitely looking like a 3-stop. And we are almost 3 wide. Bloomster's on the inside, and he's got that position. And Kyle's going to lose out again. And we've got a yellow flag. What's going on here? Is there any damage? There's some damage on the end plate of Supra's wing. He's had a collision with someone. Mike up into 5th as well. And I think Kyle is back past. I've missed that. Kyle is past the other Taurus of Nathan. These guys having a good battle. So Mayhem goes around again. He's not going to serve a penalty this time. But he probably wants to build up a lead as best as possible before coming in. And Supra, he is into the pits. He's going to have to change that wing. So not a great day for Mercedes. They're going to be possibly running last. And Mayhem has done his drive through. These guys very close together. No DRS yet, but looks to get a really good exit there. So he's going to be licking the stamp, placing it on the envelope, but Lynx is going defensive. Carl was saving his battery there, he didn't want to go for it. Also got Devil close to Mike, but not close enough. Coming into the pits to serve his penalty now, so this will now be the battle for the lead. And as we head into lap 3, DRS should be available, but Carl's got a great run out the corner, sets the fastest lap, and not quite. Williams has gone deep though. These guys are side by side. That's too long to get round the outside of there. We're coming into the first DRS zone of the track. Now it's got it open. Nathan, close enough. Again, Carl just sits and waits. He's more comfortable on his tyres at this point of the race. Next DRS coming up. Mayhem has come out in 4th place, so he hasn't crossed up completely. Mike and Devil are battling back there in 5th and 6th, and Kyle on the inside. He's got that position. Nathan right there as well. And the teammates just give each other enough space. That's good racing. Bloomset keeps the position for now. He's locked up. And gets away with that. You don't want to let Carl get away, you want to keep that DRS. Carl almost has that second. Oh no, but he's back in. And Bloom still have DRS this lap. Don't think he is. Was that another fastest lap for Carl? 142.1, so it's that 6 seconds from pole. Looks like he's pulling away a little bit. Nathan's got the DRS, his teammate. Selling purple sectors. That looks pretty. Nathan is catching Carl slightly on this straight. I wonder if he's using energy. Nope. Nathan's using his energy because he's going for the move. And yep, he makes the apex, made it stick. Carl hasn't dropped them. Can Nathan do anything? Another purple sector here. 2 sectors with DRS. These guys are pushing. Kyle's. Oh no, Nathan has set a fastest lap 41.7. Mayhem now has gone faster, 41.4. He's only 6 seconds behind these guys, so he could be with them in 10 laps. Although Nathan was quicker than Carl on that lap, Carl pulled the gap out in that final sector. 2 seconds in the lead. Oh, we've got a yellow. Is it someone just going slow? Oh, that's gone. Ah, Super's back here on the hards now. He's going for a long stint. Oh, teammates switching places. Just about giving each other enough room, but it's not going to help them chase the leader. So they've both been deploying their battery. Oh, so Nathan has lost it. Let's let Mayhem up into... just about makes it back in the pits. He's damaged his wing. It's unfortunate, but his teammates are racing maybe a little bit too hard. As they do, Mayhem sets another fastest lap, 141.3. And he is only 3.5 seconds off P2 now. Boomster is 3.9 off the lead. So Mayhem is going very well, despite that false start. Then we've got Devil in P4, he is a further 10 seconds back. Mike is in P5, he is another 13 seconds back, but on the mediums. Supra 6 seconds behind Mike. And ooh, no, he's half a second behind Nathan. Nathan just came out ahead of him on the mediums as well. Super's going to have the DRS. And Nathan is only 4.8 behind Mike, so this little group might come together in the next few laps. Can Super stick with him? Is open. Oh, Nathan! Oh no! I'm guessing that's another front wing. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's got no traction up that hairpin, and they just bumped him over that barrier, and then. Oh, and Supra is also coming in the pits. Did he touch him? I saw something bounce off Supra's wing. I thought he just run over Nathan's debris, but these guys are both in the pits. Yeah. Supra's on the hards. Sorry, Supra's on the softs. Nathan's on the softs as well. Oh, unsafe release. That'll be a fine for the AlphaTauri team. So that's 2 stops and 2 laps for Nathan. And these guys are good 20-30 seconds off the pack. But now they've got these soft tyres on, I think they'll be pretty quick. So Nathan has lost about a minute. It's quite a lot of time. Mayhem is not bringing that gap down that quickly. Bloomster is doing pretty well. He's brought the gap down slightly. It was about 4 seconds, but he's now down to 3. Car will start to struggle. Nathan's drifting again. A track like this can be very difficult if your car is not balanced very well. And also if you struggle with your tyre temperatures, if your tyres get hot, then they're just going to slide. So it's clearly struggling a little bit. Even on those fresh soft tyres. Bloomster has brought the gap down to 2 seconds now. I wonder if Carl has had a moment. Maybe he's got some damage. He's in the pits. Can't see it. That's a front wing. Is it going to be a ring change? Potentially early for a stop. And there's a guy holding the front wing there, isn't it? Yeah, that's a wing change. So, and he's going on the hard, so he wasn't planning on stopping this early, even if it was going to be a 3-stop race. That puts Devil up into P3. Carl just coming up the pits now. Still a bit of a gap behind him, and that means the battle for lead is now Mayhem and Bloomster. Despite that false start and drive-through penalty, Mayhem is only 2.5 seconds off the lead now. Super now sets it on the fastest lap, 1 minute 40.4. He's on those fresh soft tyres. Super's about 10 seconds behind Mike. Probably will be catching him fairly quickly because Mike's on those old mediums. Kyle is not too far behind Devil, but is on the hards. Devil's tyres though probably not great at the moment. 8 laps, nearly 9 laps has been on those. Mayhem gap's gone up a little bit, 3 seconds, it was 2. He's struggling, he's been pushing. And Bloomster doing a good job. Sticking with that pressure. Looks like Mayhem's got quite a lot of energy to use. Here we are, he's pushing now. So he's deploying all that battery and he's brought the time down to 2 seconds. And Blooms has 40%, Mayhem has 60%. He's got it down now to 1.4 seconds. He's very close to DRS. Also, looks like Super has caught right up to the back of Mike. Just two seconds covers that gap. Oh, and we've got a yellow flag. I think that's Kyle. And it looks like he's in the box for another wing. Mayhem now in DRS range. And he's right on the gearbox. This should be quite easy. And he's got it in Rich. Mix 3. Ooh, but he's got very deep. Bloomstone takes that one and he's touched the wall. Has that damaged his front wing? Yes, it has. That's unfortunate. He's probably going to have to box now. In fact, he is going to have to box now because that's going to feel horrible. We are at lap 11. So it was a bit closer maybe to his window, but I'm sure Bloomstone will be smiling in his crash helmet when he saw him locking up. In he comes. So he's going to have to change his front wing, so that's going to cost him some time. What tyres are we going for? We are going medium, so that is more within his pit stop window, and he might get an undercut because the drop off around a track like this with lots of corners could be quite significant. So will Bloomster pit this next lap, or will he stay out for a few laps? We've got someone else in the pits there as well. That's Devil. He's onto the mediums, but he's kept his nose out of the wall so far. So he is not actually that far behind. Nathan looks like he's caught up to Mike. It sounds like I might have a co-commentator. Struggled, Kyle. Oh, and we've got Nathan. He is on the inside of Mike, and that's for P5.
It was more, I had the hard tyres on. I decided after super close to the fastest lap I wanted to beat it on hards. Hards into third sector on full fuel along the road.
Yeah, fastest lap on hard tyres is just not really logical, is it? We've got Bloomster in the pits now, so he has reacted to Mayhem. Mayhem is coming through the final sector, so probably won't get the undercut, but he will be pushing. He had a wing change, but obviously, as I was telling the viewers, there's a potential undercut because he was within the window, so it'd be interesting to see as Bloomster's come out of the box.
And it's quite a slow pit lane as well, but
it's coming down. Mayhem is coming across the line, and Bloomster retains the position.
Yeah, it's a tough track, this one.
So Mayhem overall has lost out about 4 seconds. He was 2 seconds when he lost his wing.
A good recovery from his drive-through penalty as well. Which, not gonna lie, my fingers on the clutch did flinch when he went briefly, but I didn't quite pull the clutch all the way up with him. No, it's a great track to drive though, I must admit.
It does look interesting, but I think it's a track you need to learn.
It rewards getting it right. The final sector can be the difference between being on pole and being 8th, depending on how you take it. You've got to preserve the tyre temperature through the first half of the lap so they don't overheat through the fast lefts and rights.
I thought tyre temperatures might have something to do with it because you could see Nathan doing quite a few drifts, which looked impressive, but
it's only the fronts. The rears will handle it fine. But
really, because it seemed like it was the rears that Nathan was struggling with, or I don't know if it was just the balance of his car.
But mine, on my setup, they were getting up to about 102 degrees by the time I came to the final corner.
So Mayhem has got this gap down to 5.2 seconds now, so he is pushing.
Yeah, he'll be wanting the lead back after the mishaps of earlier. He has driven a fantastic race so far in the early stages. Everybody's a bit spread out apart from that though.
Yeah, it's a little bit spread out. I think Supra, well, he would have been quick, but his tyres are 6 laps all
yeah, they'll start to go down a bit soon.
And he's a good 13 seconds behind Devil.
Gaining though. His pit window is now opened as well. Oh, that's just popped up on my screen. The hobby is it's relatively super fresh set of tyres. He reckons you can do about 13 laps before they start to go off, before you need to come into the pits for new ones.
Okay. Yeah, 3 stop is quite a lot, but then the deg must be pretty horrible around here.
After 10 laps, mine were already closing in 30%. Before I smacked it into the wall. I only brushed the wall ever so slightly to take the front wheel in the first place.
It's all on video.
I know. But yeah, it says the strategy is either for three without any needing to change front wings, three stops, but first 2 on softs and the final 1 on mediums, or you put the hards on for 10 laps in the middle. Which, compared to most, is a bit of a bizarre strategy choice it gives you.
Just give me a pit stop strategy window open for Bloomster for a 2-stop. He's just stopped. Interestingly, it says Bloomster has only done 1 lap and Mayhem's done 3 laps. I think it didn't count his first lap because he definitely came in.
It counts the first one as 0 laps.
Yeah, but he came in 1 lap behind Mayhem, so for some reason it's showing that his tyres are 2 laps younger.
Yeah.
Whatever, Mayhem is bringing that gap down, 4.8 seconds.
The only one not to make a stop so far.
Well, he started on those mediums, so that might bring him into play a little bit.
Especially when Nate has to make it. His is 6 laps old, Supra's 8 now.
And Mike is only 10 seconds behind Nathan. He hasn't also damaged his wing or anything, so, and he's run the medium, so he'll be able to run the softs later in the race.
Watching this back, I'm just thinking back with the whole 1 lap thing with the tyres. When I made my late pit stop at Bahrain, when I looked back on Mike's stream, it said the same thing. For about 10 laps, it said my tyres were 1 lap old. Then eventually it caught up to itself.
Well, it went from 0 to 1, so I think we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So these guys are in the final sector now.
Changes all across the line. Ah, it's changed. Okay.
Kyle, what are you banging in your room?
Nothing. Oh, it's fireworks outside.
The race isn't over yet. Why are there fireworks?
I would love to know why there are fireworks outside, but my windows are closed.
Definitely not November.
Short of throwing water over their fireworks, I'm not going to be able to stop them.
So Mayhem now 3.2 seconds down the road. He's gaining steadily. Also, they're doing a very good job in the lead.
But it's closing very quickly as well. I mean, at the start of the race, he just took off.
Oh, literally before the lights went out.
Even after that, I mean. I couldn't even.
Yeah, he
once
did
I
take
passed
off.
through,
He needed to do that though because he needed to build as much of a gap before he did his penalty. That's what you have to do when you have a penalty.
I think Bloom's trimmed his car out though for straight line speed. Looking at it, because he was, as you probably saw, he ate me alive on the first lap down the straight, and then once I passed him into this sector that Mayhem's just come into, I pulled about a second and a half on him.
Yeah, he was struggling in this, but he also is very good on the brakes. When Mayhem tried to overtake him the first time, Mayhem just ran deep, and Bloom still got the inside, and then Mayhem touched the wall, so he had to come in and change his wing. So yeah, he's not making his life easy for himself today, Mayhem, but and he gets a bit of a wiggle on there.
If he gets the race win, commentator's curse right there, then it'll feel all that much better.
Yeah.
Instead of just sitting out in front all day and cruising around, he's had to work hard for it to get stuff solid.
Well, he probably should have to work hard for a win, even if you're out front. So.
Mercedes chasing AlphaTauri, apart from last weekend, that wouldn't seem very strange. Then you could do about 20 to 24 laps, I think it was, on those before they started to die off.
So he's probably definitely going for a two-stop then.
Kept it out of the wall though, to be still circulating.
He's doing very good. Doing very good track. Very good race. Within quali, quite a few people had a few prangs.
Yeah, I thought Supra just retired in this year. I hadn't realised he pranged it into the wall. But I did see Mike had done the same thing. I think a few others had in their quali laps, didn't they?
Bloomstar had it on the outlap just after he passed the pit lane entrance. So had to go around again. It's still...
That pit entrance is the bane of our lives.
Just looks tricky, yeah.
It is. Firstly you've got to remember it's there, and secondly you've got to kind of, a bit like at Malaysia, you've got to kind of
take the corner differently.
Keep your foot in it, yeah. Clip the apex a little bit and just send the car out wide. Oops. That was a bit of a tap of the wall there for Mayhem on the way out.
He is pushing it on that exit final corner, but he's 2.4 seconds.
This track isn't too bad for track limits actually.
It's because there are walls everywhere.
Yeah, unless you run really wide here, which a lot of drivers are tending to straddle that white line all the way around. You get just a little bit on the steering.
Push you wide.
It's a good track for different lines though. You can take a lot of different lines into some of these corners. Like this one they're coming up to, for example. I didn't realise how much front end my Alpha had, and I turned in a bit too much, ruined my quali lap.
Mayhem now 2 seconds. This is
I reckon next lap will be right,
definitely the closest battle on track right now.
Yeah, Supra's catching Devil. It's chipping away at that. He'll have to come into tyres in the next few laps.
It's definitely, interestingly, Supra has dropped Nathan. These guys came out of the pits literally next to each other. So
Supra's just spun. Commentator's curse right there.
Yep, sorry Supra. He was doing very well, but yeah, he spun it. How did he spin there?
What he did is he got on the curb. It was it happened just as I switched over to Nathan. I think he's caught the curb on the inside and it's rotated the car around.
It's a shame. I wonder if he was getting a bit too much heat in his tyres as well.
By that point of the lap, you don't normally have that much because you've had the main straight and that little straight when the first sector's falling down. But
true.
I think he just rode the curb wrong, got the line into the corner a bit wrong. Easily done.
So
especially
he was 20 seconds ahead of Nathan. I was going to say that, so it was 10 laps ago they pitted.
Yeah.
And so it's just 2 seconds a lap then that he's been pulling over Nathan. Nathan was Nathan's got no front wing end plate. That might be why.
Yeah, he's been missing that since he passed Mike, I noticed.
Because yeah, it's difficult to keep your front wing here, but at the same time, stopping 3 times in 20 laps is a long penalty. And if he wants to maybe extend it, in fact that's what he's doing, isn't it? He's staying out, even with the damage.
tyres.
Yeah. It's been on these for 10 laps now, so what's the maximum you could do on these softs? Maybe 15? Or?
I think it's 20 laps on the game, but the strategy has you pitting after 13 laps. So that's when the game obviously reckons a new set of tyres is faster.
Supra now is... Well, he's going to run again. He's been on these tyres for 12.
Yeah, he didn't damage his wing in that spin, he just straight up spun.
I'm wondering when he'll want to come in.
You'll want him to keep that car in good shape for yourself next week. Or for Horst, actually, that would be good. Horst will be wanting him to keep that car in good shape for next week.
Make us a new one. Mayhem's pegged this gap at 2 seconds, just under, but oh, that was right in the barrier. He's got away with it. Very lucky, but
actually, you won't know if he. I mean, when I hit the wall, my end plate, the first time I hit the wall, was still on the car, but the game said that I had yellow.
I had a minor bit of damage. I think Mayhem has been saving his battery this past lap, so he hasn't got the gap down much, but his battery is really full. Bloomster, meanwhile, has been using energy, so here we are. Mayhem's pressed the button and is catching it.
We use it down the straight to try and get to within. I don't know where the detection zone is for this track, actually.
Well, you can see it on the map. They're coming up to it, and Bloomster drives through it now. And there is Mayhem, his detection. He's out of DRS. He's in overtake mode though, so he's gonna. Bloomster has trimmed his car well, hasn't he?
Yeah, it was definitely, compared to Nathan as well, he was definitely more trimmed out.
But he's dealing with this pressure. Mayhem should be miles down the track, but he's not. He's in P2.
Yeah, as well.
No, it's just, Bloomster's doing a very good job. He's on P1 and he's keeping with it.
He is indeed.
These guys are coming up to lap Mike shortly, hopefully.
Mike doesn't improve too much. Should probably get up to about back straight, maybe.
I think that'd be a good place.
Yeah. This track can be, especially it can be in certain parts, very awkward to let another car through.
I can imagine if in sector 3, when it's just left, right, left, right.
I personally, if I came up with another lap, I prefer them to do it when you get to kind of a pit lane entry. Because I know in some practice lobbies and things, some people will let others through during the exits, and it's very close to accidents.
So Mayhem again, not using his ERS, but he's only a second and a half, he's saving it. Now, Mike is about to... Will he stay ahead of Bloomster and give Bloomster DRS now? That would be godsend. He is... Oh no, Mike! He gets out of the way just before the zone. Mayhem hasn't got DRS and stays in one.
He has got DRS.
Oh, so Mike has... Mayhem got it from Mike, not from Bloomster, so...
Pulled him in closer.
It's just
1.3 seconds now.
Back up to 1.4. Mayhem must have just locked up and missed out a bit at that corner. Got another yellow flag. That's Devil, I think. Is that a spin? The wing is alright.
The green flag just coming out of the green flag zone, so I can assume that.
On your side, it's been though. He was in the yellow flag zone when it came out. So, coming on to lap 22, 55, and it's a second. Still quite a way away from the pit stop window, probably at least another 10 laps.
Yeah, I think it was about 6 or 5
So it's... Well, they've been on for 8 to 10, so it's all going to happen on track now. Mayhem saves his battery. Doesn't even use a DRS then. Which is interesting.
Maybe he's got a problem with it. I mean, he's made all the effort. The DRS failed now, obviously, real bad.
getting on the power. Then he's all
Might
squiffy,
be
but
close enough to doing
there we
that.
are. He's turned up the battery.
DRS, yeah, it's
Open.
DRS is like, here we go.
Oh, Bloomster.
Oh,
Oh,
he's hit the
kind of
wall.
goes a bit defensive. He's hit the wall. Yeah, that I think has.
It was easier than Mayhem thought, but
Yeah, I think he may have just taken him by surprise, or maybe dummied him into making a touch. But
we might have been looking back, not realised the wall sticks out a little bit there.
that is unfortunate for Bloomster, because as we said, he is miles away from his pit stop window, so he's going to have to come in again. He has got end plate damage, unfortunately,
Oh, my
but
screen is not showing
he was on for a two-stop at the moment. So is he going to come in? No, he stays out. Oh no, sorry, he hasn't got any end plate damage.
Oh, he does now.
Commentator's
Just as
curse, Kyle.
To be
The
fair, I didn't say anything then you did.
worst place of the track that you can get any damage is after the pit lane exit.
Yeah. I think that's, well...
Well, at least I can pick up the thing I was just saying when I thought he had damage, which was he is now on a two-stop strategy, so he could flip back to a three. He could do two more stints on. Well, he could do two more stints on option. I imagine.
Weren't a bad tyre.
Yeah, but the delta must be huge.
Probably.
So it just doesn't make any sense.
Trying to think back to it.
Struggling with understeer as he goes on that big on radial corner.
That's the one corner that's been troubling all of us this week.
Yeah, so that understeer sitting.
I don't know how much practice you have done, but yeah, that signifies none pretty much then. But yeah, that's the one corner that I've been making and breaking laps.
Shh, my teammate's watching. So Bloomster is probably going to come in the pits now.
Definitely gaining on him.
His teammate Nathan. No, did Nathan come in? Nathan has been in. He's on the. No, he's still out there. So if they may be talking to each other, they may be saying, "No, look, you can stay out for a few laps with a bit of damage."
Harry gonna have to get some more front wings. Two of them coming in the same damage.
And there, in he comes.
Yeah.
So
Hards?
hards or softs or mediums? This is the first set of mediums. Yeah, this is the first set of mediums he's used as well. So he's got more mediums. But he won't do 31 laps on mediums. And yeah, he's putting another set of mediums on.
He might go softs at the very end of the race.
Yeah. Two sets of softs now might be stretching it a little bit.
But one set of mediums and one set of softs easily will make that.
Devil is about to come around the last corner.
Should be ahead of Devil, right?
Should be, yeah, because you've got to get around this first corner, haven't you?
Yeah. That's why the pit lane speed limit I think is so low now, because you cut large parts of the track off coming in and out of the pit lane.
Yeah, why didn't they put the entrance kind of a corner later?
I think they did, but when they reprofiled it late on or changed the layout in the last section late on, they changed it, yeah.
Because then it would make more sense if you come into the pits, you had to make that penultimate turn. So
Yeah, I think it was going to be more of a gradual curve that last corner, then they changed it to make it more, to have the harsh left in there, which is why I think the pit lane goes off in another direction or something like that. I just remember seeing the layout being changed quite late in the building stage.
So Bloomster now 27.6 seconds behind the leader, but he is on much fresher tyres, so...
Mayhem's in.
Mayhem is in. Mayhem's reacted. That's interesting. Has he got damage?
Maybe he didn't see there was damage and thinks that he's just come into the pits to try and undercut him.
No, there's a front wing there. He's got damage. Because that's well outside of his pit stop window. And where did he get damage? Will Bloomster have an undercut now? He's just coming round. May's been released.
It's going to be tight, I think. Mayhem should have it, but not by much.
Certainly he's going to get traffic there. This is super close. Oh, and flames get out.
Just keeps the lead.
So that's tightened this race up a little bit. Look at Devil, just 9 seconds off the leader.
Devil's having a lovely race. He's been very good all the way through practice as well.
No, that's just a flag for Mike. Yeah, very consistent, which is perfect for a track like this.
Yeah,
it's
race
one of
pace is very strong over the course of the practice and the race.
it's race pace, and before if you want to finish first, you've got to finish. Sort of situation.
Finish first, you got to finish, yeah. Something, however that saying goes. He's doing a very quiet race, just keeping his head down, doing very well. Duper's been in the pits as well, actually. I've just noticed he's only got a lap on his tyres.
Is he going for fastest lap? Bleems has just gone purple on sector 2.
Yeah, that'll be the fresh tyres already.
So he doesn't want to let this leader get away. Got about 40% of his battery, so not tons.
Because of the trimmed out level of his car as well, this is a place where he's naturally going to lose out.
Yeah, the time. He's lost a couple of tenths, hasn't he? Almost 4 tenths.
So that's the fastest lap though.
40.3, so that's only like a few hundredths faster than Super, I think, did a similar time, but that was on the softs a few laps ago when they had a bit more fuel in. I'm sure that time was going to come down, but still quite quick of oversteer there. Still quite far off pole time for 34.9. Carl, has anybody done a 34 yet?
Horst has done a 34.3. I've done a 34.9.
Okay, 34.3. That's pretty good. Super is just in 38s now.
I dropped about 3 tenths to Mayhem in the middle sector on my quali lap anyway, and being purple in the first and third, I think probably would have been either right behind or right with him. Interestingly enough, Mayhem's pole time is only 1,000 faster than the fastest lap I've managed in practice as well. Horst predicts, I think it was he reckons a 33 for pole next week.
Well, that will be pretty special lap. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Bloom just tapped the wall again there.
Looks like he's got away with it, but
yeah, it was only a small kind. It was with the front tyre as it turned in. And I think he might be trying to just consolidate second place now. I don't know. I think Mike's in the pits. He's had enough of those mediums finally.
24 laps though. That's almost.
That's very good.
That's yeah. Almost half the race. And in fact, the tyres did he start on those?
Yes, he did. 25 laps.
Yeah, exactly. It said 24 laps, and they were on lap 27. Oh, because he's been lapped.
Oh yeah.
And the first lap it says 0, right?
Yeah, so I think, and he started on fresh tyres, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he has been on those.
Well, he must have been, yeah. Anyway, the Codemaster's not getting it right, but he's on the softs, so they're not going to go to the end. But still,
there'll be 2 soft stops, I reckon now.
Looking after those tyres very nicely. So we've got Mike down in 6th. Nathan is up there in 5th. He's on the he's just pitted actually. He's on the. Oh dear. Yeah, but he's also got a bit of front wing damage.
Unless he has the game set to auto and it hasn't changed it.
Yeah, he's come round again, so that's yeah.
I can assume the game didn't change it and he's just gone.
Some pretty bad luck. And he now is 1 minute 16 behind the leader, so he's really, yeah, not had a great middle phase of this race.
Podium, so...
Yeah, but I mean, he was having a great battle for the lead in the first early laps, but then obviously had to come in and has fell back since then, since those 2 stops. Followed by another one where they haven't changed the wing. Maybe they've run out of wings in that team.
I mean, if that was such a thing in the game, then it's very possible, but I don't know.
Yeah, as you said, it's probably he had it set to auto.
I mean, I don't know. I can't remember what the threshold is for the game to change it automatically, but I mean, I'm too scared to leave it auto, so I put it on the yes on the warm-up lap normally. Dude, he's been chipping away at Bevel again. He's got the gap back down to 10 seconds.
Oh, interesting. So he's
on those fresh.
Yeah, he's on the fresh softs. Devil's on the oldish mediums, but he still should be able to do at least another 5, 8, maybe 10 laps. So
they'll both have one more stop to make.
They're probably going to come in roughly the same time.
Yes. No, probably. Yeah, this gap is, I'd say, legitimate. I'd say they do both have this one stop to make. It's not.
No, I think you're right. I think it's one stop, but it'd be interesting to see if Supra can close down to the back of Devil before they do make a stop, and then they probably do one more set on softs if they've got them.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's pulled the gap down by a second this lap already. So it really would depend on when Devil comes in, I think. I do like this section of the track now that I've got used to it. Final sector. It's very flowy.
It reminds me of Valencia a lot, especially the final sector like the final sector of Valencia. I mean,
I can see what you mean.
It's not the same in terms of the sequence of corners, but it just has that left, right, flow kind of. It's kind of flat, but you can't deviate off the line or anything. You've got to nail it in terms of apexes.
I think they tried to reconstruct Maggots and Beckett's or something with it, but I mean, from aerial photos, you could say, yeah, it looks like Maggots.
Yeah, but you need to approach it at 180 miles an hour and then have a long straight on the exit.
Well, the corners are a bit too, the angle's a bit too acute for it to be, not acute, sorry, choose to be anything like Silverstone. But it's still a very good, as I said, it's part of the track that rewards you if you get it right.
I don't like that when tracks copy other tracks. Like, that's what I didn't like about Austin, because like turn 1 is supposed to be like the hill of Eau Rouge to rally on, but then there's a hairpin on there.
Yeah, their Maggots and Beckett's version I quite like actually. They've got
it's
that
not too bad, yeah. But I don't like the half hexagon at the end, which is supposed to be like turn 8 in Turkey. Except.
Oh, I like that. After last year's qualifying, I like that corner.
No, I don't like it because Turkey you'd approach it and like much faster, and you'd be flat out, and there it's like a slow corner.
It's because on that the track kind of goes up and it's off camber, but at Turkey it's on camber and it's downhill, or downhill then uphill.
I can't wait to watch that race in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, I don't know when. I think they've got a week break because of
they have a week break now in real F1, and then
yes, next week.
I was double checking to see what races are coming up because I'd forgotten that we're going to the Nürburgring in a couple of weeks, and Portimao, and Imola, and Turkey.
Well, I mean, if Mugello's anything to go by, Imola's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
As I said, you won't be able to overtake at Mugello, but.
Well, please, Codemasters, can we have Mugello in this game, and Portimao, and Imola, and Istanbul?
I think they'll do a bit like what they did with F1 2015, where they had the bonus content.
Well, it would be interesting because given what's happening in the world, and how we all thought it would probably be over by Christmas, but clearly it's not. I mean, F1 are going to have to do this again next year when they have to kind of do the calendar on the fly almost sort of thing. So if they go back to these tracks, yeah, Codemasters, please.
The real test will be when they go into Bahrain and the Middle East and they start to go further afield from Europe.
But I think it's easy to go to Bahrain though, because they deal with authorities much differently in those countries.
Bahrain's
And
not a remote island, it's quite a small island as well.
well, but it's not that. It's about dealing with the authorities. And
Just as Super comes up to vacuum as well. I was about to say Super brought the gap down in a couple of laps for 2 seconds.
That's early as well. So he did 17 laps in these tyres, and we're on lap 31.
Unless
yeah.
And I've missed it. That could be why the gap dropped so suddenly. Because see here.
Well, there is nobody's. Yeah, nobody's holding the wing. I think he's away. He is on the mediums again.
Should be at well.
Technically, but he'd have to do 24 laps, and he just only did 17.
Seems to be holding his own still on those hard tyres.
Yeah, he's still got that wing damage, but he's doing alright, isn't he?
He's doing very well considering the wing damage. I mean, especially in the final sector, it affects you a lot.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because I was thinking, you did just give the inside wall a little tap there.
I think that was
keep doing that. We talk about front wing damage and the driver taps the wall. Find out that's why I hit the walls, because you'd be talking about my front wing. That's why I bashed the wall earlier. But, yeah, I thought I was going to be able to stay out with only minimum damage. I got to the final sector and I knew that I'd have to come in. It was just too off, even just with a little bit of damage.
We haven't had any safety cars. Thought we might have a high chance of a safety car, but
nobody's. I mean, I'm the only one that's actually come out of the race, and I retired in the pits. So I think it could be just the fact that if somebody did have an accident, then yeah, I think the safety car would be out pretty much straight away.
Sometimes you might get a VSC there when you with all of those bits of wing on the track.
Yeah, but we don't have too many bits. Only really off the AlphaTauris and the one on the Mercedes.
Bloomster is in P3. He has just come in for soft tyres, so he has switched to a 3-stop strategy. He is going to be going quick. I noticed he was about 7.5 seconds off the lead before he came in. So Mayhem had a bit of a cushion. Probably can stay out for a bit. In fact, Mayhem probably going to stretch this out to a 2-stop. Nathan now is in the pits as well. Is he going to get that wing changed?
I know. If it doesn't change it, then we know it's.
Well, he may have realised. He may have realised. Oh, he has only 5 laps. They've got it ready. There we go. Yeah, they're changing it. And he's gone on to the mediums. So he could get to the end now. And then we've got 3 drivers, all on fresh tyres. Lucy, Devil, Nathan.
Mayhem and Mike.
But Mayhem, Supra, so they've been on their tyres for 8 laps. Supra's a soft, so he's gonna. Lucy is coming in the pits again.
I'm obviously keeping an eye on Supra's progress as well.
So. We need to stop saying the word front wing because it's clearly causing people to pit. That's a real shame.
Well, yeah.
Because.
Oh, he's not. Oh, yeah, he is changing. Oh, they haven't even got the wing ready yet.
Oh no, they got another one.
They've come out with another one to put on the stand side, so they have got another front wing left in there.
Maybe they're rapidly building them at the back of the garage.
They haven't got one out yet.
That's a shame.
So that would make sense.
It's Bloomster's on the hards. He's going to the end. He changed his strategy. He may have had a chance to bring that gap down and maybe do something, but that's unfortunate. Yeah, we should probably stop saying.
Should I call them front downforce generators from there on?
Oh, that's got a bit deep there. We shall.
That should stop the jinx, I think.
We'll just forward aerodynamic device.
Yeah. Let's give it scientific now. I mean, everyone's looking to that.
Bloomster.
From that respect, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah. It's kind of a race of attrition. Got to keep it up. The Devil's in third, and he's going to go to the end. Bloomster's 10 seconds behind him. He on the harder tyre, but he was he's a bit. Well, I'm just thinking, will he catch Devil? He was a bit. He's been a bit quicker, I think. He's on the slower tyre, but
softer compounded tyres.
Yeah, but they'll wear more, so interesting to see if Bloomster can get that gap down. Keep an eye on it.
Super's starting to lose time to Mayhem now. I think his tyres are starting to go off.
Yeah, 10 laps.
The closest battle on track is, well, not a battle yet, but the closest cars on track.
It is Bloom Devil.
Super having to make another stop though, still.
He actually might, yeah, he will come out probably just ahead of Devil, but close. It's about 28 seconds
I don't think he could be making a mistake now.
Who, Bloomster or Devil or Supra?
Supra. Makes a mistake, and when he comes into the pits, then Devil could be in front of him. Thinking ahead to next week, I'm quite happy that Supra's up there. Ever since the, I think he got some damage on, I think, the opening lap or something.
Yeah, he's been a lot more consistent, but it was unfortunate he had a few early pit stops, but he's been much better now. And he's been setting fastest laps as well.
It's very strong to see.
Yeah, it's a weird line that.
That's one of the corners where you've got to kind of guesstimate where you're turning in.
It's because basically you can't see the apex of where you need to hit on the exit of the corner, right? It's so long.
Like China.
Well, oh no, this is this long one as well.
This is the harder one actually, because you really see. I mean, you can take that line, but it's a lot slower.
It's like 270 degrees almost, that corner.
Or if you take the wider line in, you slow it in, but you're faster out, which is what I was doing when I was chasing Bloomster earlier in the race. He was taking a tighter line, I was taking a wider line and cutting in.
Also looks like Bloomster is slowly catching Devil.
Yeah.
Down by a second or so.
I think his tyres are slightly more right now.
Yeah, and as we develop through this stint, you know, Devil will lose performance. Ooh, Super very close to the barrier. Keeps it out though.
Yeah, the left, right, left bit at the very start of that final sector is where it's really, you can have some very big accidents, as I've already found out in practice. You can have some mighty accidents there.
It would be great to see an actual Grand Prix here, see what it's like in real life.
Yeah, I think when everybody saw this track come out on the calendar, I think it was last year, wasn't it? Or the year before. Then when you looked at it, you were a bit like...
But you never know. You never know until you see an actual race. And I think...
the ISOs helps.
Yes, exactly. I was about to say, these long straights makes it pretty good.
You can pass somebody to turn one like, haha, then they'll pass you, and then down the back straight, haha, and you get them back again.
Supra's brought that gap down slightly to Mayhem. Mayhem is...
He's pushing.
Yeah, Mayhem...
Could be managing the gap.
Possibly, yeah, he doesn't need to. Brought it down to 22.8. It's probably just being very careful of his front downforce generator in those track limit walls.
This track is the epitome of what track limits should be, to be fair.
Well, I think you should either, if it's a street circuit, you have a wall. If it's not a street circuit, you have a big curb and then a gravel. Yeah.
Mugello had it right, to be fair.
Mugello had it exactly right.
Minus the final corner. That was a bit. They would start taking the mick a bit there.
Yeah, kind of, but I think they just let them.
They were basically.
It was like you were all doing it. Yeah. They were completely off the track.
Yeah. It's a shame the game isn't quite as
Nuanced.
reality.
Well, some places it is, and some places it's ridiculous.
Well, Austria is ridiculous.
The exit of the final corner in Bahrain. Have to be super careful.
Second to last corner as well.
Bloomster. No.
Six. A lot in the last couple of. Oh, that's
again. That was what Super just did a lap ago.
You come out, you forget when you come out of that corner that there's a wall that kind of sticks in. You're there like.
It's just like a little hump, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I meant by you can have some big accidents, because if you're in a group of cars and you hit that, it catapults you across the track. I think, well, fortunately damage was off once, but in practice I clattered the wall there, and I think by the time my car came to a stop, I was out of that little section where it opened up again. If there is an accident there, it could be very nasty. Should be able to see Devon in front of him now, I think.
Ooh, oversteer then understeer.
It's the worst feeling.
I think it's just like
can't do anything.
That corner as well. If it's just the wall is there, and if you understeer, you can just see that wall getting closer. But you're right, you can see Devil in the background of that shot. Is just up the road.
Yeah, he lost a bit of time there with that moment. He should gain that back over the next lap or two. Everybody else is spread out over 20 seconds. This is the only real chase.
Super though, he is staying out.
He should be in. I mean, one of the stints you do have to do 16 laps on the softs, so he could be doing that now to not have to do that later. Is there somebody in the front? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Nathan unfortunately has been lapped now. It's going to be lapped by Super, isn't he?
Meanwhile, Mayhem's just out in front, enjoying the race now after the mishaps of the start.
It's interesting actually. Bloomster, if you look at the gap to the leader, is just staying static, whereas this Devil was losing time slightly to the leader. But it shows you that Bloomster's got really good pace. It was unfortunate, I think, coming to the pits, but if he hadn't,
stop again.
He doesn't. Yeah, no, but Bloomster's a minute behind, so you know that's 2 stops really. But I mean, if he hadn't had the unfortunate incidents, he could have, you know, he would have been there, and he was there. So, unlucky day for.
He had good pace earlier.
Yeah, he had a really good pace.
Honest as well, in the early stages. His gap's still 6 seconds, so I mean, on the course of the last lap. That was been able to keep him back.
I think Devil's tyres are 6 lap old. I thought they were older than that.
I'm going to check his check the race direction and have a look see when he actually came into the pits. Apparently I've used another set of socks. Oh, that'll be when I retire, because the car comes in and does a pit stop, doesn't it? So the game called pit stop. So Devil came in for those tyres. Has he done 2 stints in the mediums? Yeah, the 150 and the 155. That'll be, won't it? He should say he's done 7 laps. 8 if you include the outback. He pitted at the end of that 30, so about right. but he did his personal best on lap 37, 1:41.6.
Okay. I thought for some reason that Bloomster had much fresher tyres.
But yeah, Bloom did a 41.7. He set a personal best first sector that lap as well. A lot of pit stops though. Mayhem's used 3 sets of tyres, Super's used 4, Devil's used 3, Bloom's used 5, Nathan's used 5, and Mike's used 2. So we over the course of the entire race, and oh, I've just noticed on the AlphaTauri of Nathan John,
You've got some.
his front wing generator has got some damage.
It's not a wing generator, Carl. It's an aero device. You can't call it wing because now you've cursed him.
Well, you already had that, so don't think I have. It's flexing a lot, man. Front downforce generator was damaged. I think he might just carry on. He's got a minute and 7 to Mike, so if he can keep it within the lines, he might as well. He might as well stay out.
Super nice. 16 laps on these softs. So
Yeah, I think he's doing the 16 lap stint now, so he can go shorter later. He's got his sets of softs.
will he come out behind Devil though?
Well, should I?
28 seconds is the gap.
Tight. Devil's picked up.
No, but he goes around. He's going around.
I think now Devil's tyres should start to come in compared to Supra's. Like his tyres will be so fresh when he comes out of the pits. He's cut the gap to 3.7 seconds now.
Oh, someone's in the pits. Devil's box.
Yeah, he got damage.
Interesting, yeah. He was only on this for 8 laps. But maybe he just doesn't like him and wants to have the softs. Because he could get to the end.
I mean, yeah, but it's still a bit early.
No, Super's done 17 laps, so we're 15 laps from the end.
Normal start. Yeah, it's just a regular start.
He's put softs on, yeah, so he was like, oh, I can change now.
Yeah, maybe he's going to go for the fastest lap.
Maybe he's also thinking that Bloomster was catching him. He's going to get a big undercut. So is Super going to come in this lap?
Yeah, that'll put any pressure of Super coming out behind him. Now that pressure will be off, and he'll be able to come in within the next couple of laps and come out well in front of him. Mayhem will be thinking about a pit stop soon as well.
Oh, I think we've got right to the spin. He's got a little bit of damage there,
yeah. That's not a bit, that's a lot actually.
It's
That's
an
going to be a
play.
pit stop. He'd done 42 laps of that bashing the wall leader, that was...
Pretty good effort. 13 laps on these tyres as well, so he's in the window.
Easily, just pit for a set off, or even a set of mediums if he doesn't have to worry about the wear at the end.
I don't know why we thought Super was in Bloomster's pit stop window, but because he's actually 40 seconds up the road, so he's going to come out clear of it.
Well, you'd think that, but he was right behind Devil, wasn't he? So unless he really did pull on Devil, we just didn't notice, or Devil dropped back a lot.
Yeah, he could have done, actually.
So I said the Bloom's going to be...
Oh, and that's Devil right. No, he's in the pits.
Oh, he is in the pits, okay. So it's the second retirement of the race. long way after the first. I don't know, it's not a bad car.
No, it's... Oh no, no, that's seven Mercedes.
A bit more front endy than my Red Bull.
So I said no, because I thought that was Supra not coming in the pits, but I was looking at Mayhem on the mini-map. And we're looking at Supra on the camera though, but he also doesn't come in.
No, Mike has come in though. Oh, if there's changes front wing after that.
Yeah, but this is interesting, so 19 laps on the softs.
He's pulling away from Boone still. Gap's up 44, 43, 44 seconds. It's still... I don't know. Something makes me think. There's a yellow flag somewhere. It's gone off.
Oh no, it's just Devil's car. It's come back out on track. And we're going slowly. If you look at one of the Mercedes.
Yeah, this track is very bad for when you retire on track as well. Because there's nowhere for it to stop.
I mean, it's just this game basically. It would be hilarious if this brought out the safety car.
I mean, it would spice up the end of the race a lot.
It's pulled off into the middle. It's just going around there and there, it's gone.
Yeah, yeah, because if it comes back out on track, it will go all the way down to that corner before it stops. But it does it on the racing line. So you approach that car about 200 miles an hour and it's only doing about 50.
Okay, Masters.
Okay, Masters, what have you done?
So super. Again. Also, Mayhem is probably going to have to come in again. It's got the luxury of being able to.
He'll come in, he'll probably wait until he can set the fastest lap, then he'll go out, slap a set of softs on. I think he has it anyway. No, I think he's got the fastest lap.
No, Subaru's got it.
Who has the fastest lap?
Goes around again. 20 laps on these tyres.
Yeah, Mayhem would still get the fastest lap after he takes Supra's lap out of it, but only by 9 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, it was close. Williams is going around with front wing damage. Did he? Yeah. Forward aerodynamic device.
You've said it already.
Yeah, I know. I think that's another one, isn't it? Because the last one was his teammate.
Ooh, that was close. Well, I don't know. I'm currently stuck on the kind of onboard camera they have at the side, so I don't quite know yet. I have to wait until it comes up again.
No, I mean into the pits. Was it the last time was his teammate, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've both got front wing damage, I think, at the moment. Yeah, Nathan's still got front wing damage, so another front wing for the AlphaTauris to go through. I think this is the 11th pit stop the pair have made over the course of the race so far. They don't build them strong in Faenza, those front wings, do they? Just noticed something very interesting about that car though. The fact they always remove the alcohol advertising from the game. Moose is I think it's an alcoholic, I think it's like a
whiskey,
some kind of alcohol. Whiskey, but that sponsors in the cup on the front nose.
Oh really?
Yeah. I only just spotted it then, but yeah, it's on the front nose of the car. So I remember it was on the Toro Rosso last year, but my car didn't have it on. I didn't have it on my car last year. Bizarre.
So that's Bluester onto soft tyres, and that will be to the end of the race. Supra does come in finally. 20 laps.
20 laps.
That's impressive. All the F1 drivers will be saying,
Good information.
Yeah, good information.
I am saying this is good for me for next week as well. I know I can do that next week then.
Also onto the softs.
20 laps, that is. First challenge is getting to do 20 laps without hitting the wall. The second challenge is actually doing 20 laps. Without again, well in second place, a minute or so on blue. Once the gap takes the pit stop into account.
Well, I'm glad it's not going on as long as the real race did today.
Well, I mean,
super long.
Thinking about it, if there was no stoppages in Mugello today, it would have been a very quick race.
Relatively quick, yeah.
They only did what, 58 laps, 59 laps today, and they were lapping in 1 minute.
Ooh.
Oh, speeding in the pit lane. They'll be taking that. I mean, we'll only make a difference if we're too far ahead of the next car, but
Yeah, it's probably not going to have too much of a difference.
probably have put that thing flat out through the pit lane.
So they're going to do it now?
Yeah,
No, they
they'll
changed
get
the
that at the end
tyres.
of the race.
Softs as well. So he's going to be battling with Supra for that fastest lap.
Worst case scenario for Mayhem now is if there's a safety car very late on, and he doesn't pit.
Well, it doesn't really matter now. He's got these tyres can go to the end, and I think everybody has got tyres on that go to the end. Nathan as well. And
Or if there's a late pit stop and they bunch them together again.
well, I don't think these drivers have got many sets of fresh tyres left.
I don't think so either.
They all did at least 2 runs in quali.
Yeah. Well, Mike didn't, I don't think, because he crashed out early on, but yeah. Everybody's on the softs now.
Oh, so that means Nathan has just come in, hasn't he? He's in the pit lane now.
He's in the pits now for fresh front
Forward
downforce generator.
aerodynamic. Yes,
Yeah.
downforce generator.
Okay, I better hope they've got some left for next Sunday.
You said it, not me.
Fastest lap.
Here we go. I think we're going to get lots of these. We've got...
Super will be on a lap now, I think.
Yeah, Mayhem's on his out lap.
Doesn't matter if I try to go for that 1 minute 40 on the set of hards.
Yes, Carl, you can't go for the fastest lap on hard tyres.
Up the middle sector for Super though, so he's on for it.
Oh no, that's just the letting in traffic.
He used a lot of his deployment this lap as well, so I think he has been chucking it into
Overtake. Fix that up.
it's more like watching the qualifying system like that, isn't it?
It is, I think that everybody's going to be going for this, and there is a 36.9.
Not by much, I don't think.
So that's what?
Yeah, only by a couple of hundredths of a second over Bloom.
2 seconds slower than the pole time. It's not too bad. It's still got about 20 kilos of fuel on.
Yeah, they'll have enough to make it difficult.
Mayhem now through sector 1 was 7/10 up.
Super.
Well, on the Delta, I don't know if that's him or
That'll be
on
on
Super.
himself. So his fastest is 40.3 so far. But he's been kind of out on his own, so he doesn't really have to worry about setting fast laps, I think.
Well, I'm not sure if he did do one at time anyway.
Not powerful in the middle sector though.
Well, his battery's full. 95%.
I think he hasn't,
He's
I think
saving it.
Super has gone for it with battery and so has Bloom, but Mayhem hasn't realised that, I don't think.
Well, if he wants the extra point, now is the time to do it.
Yeah, he could be going for it this lap coming up. He's still not using the battery.
He's purple sector 3 though. Oh, I missed that lap time.
Yeah, that's the one sector where you can't really use any
Oh, deployment, yeah, obviously. Well, you can.
So
You just...
very little though. Only out the final corner really. Unless you're brave enough to use the CDS, only that person. Yeah, he's using deployment now. See if he purple sector 1. No.
Still his best overall.
Yeah, he needs to find
2
half a
tenths
second
up.
towards the fastest lap. Which, if he didn't use deployment last lap, he should find most of it this lap.
Well, got it turned right up.
Yeah, he hasn't got much deployment left though, so...
No, he used almost half of it down that straight. Is he going to use some more
Yeah,
now?
you do use a lot of it down there.
Gurney
Well
says
up
he's
now.
up. Yeah, he's well up, but it's not purple again.
That's what I mean. Minimap will say. I think maybe blue might have been the purple first and super the purple second.
I'm wondering if Mayhem is just running more downforce and overall is quicker.
Maybe. But he's still well up on the... He should smash the fastest lap now. Yeah.
Ooh, there we go.
By a long way.
So it's half a second up on Supers, isn't it? Faster lap.
Yeah. And half a second up on Bloom as well, so that should be fastest lap. Pretty much wrapped up with 7 laps to go. We're starting to overheat again now. I think well, I don't want to curse it, but...
Don't say it then.
Don't say it.
Just don't say it.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
I'm just looking at Nathan now and everything's there. It's going quite nicely.
Everything on both AlphaTauris is in one piece. Blue's done very well considering the front wing damages as well.
Mm.
He should be very happy with second place today.
He's done a very good job, yeah.
Yes, he has. Both AlphaTauris will be a double AlphaTauri podium actually. With the notable absence of Ulrich and others. There'll be big points for AlphaTauri to gain on McLaren in the Constructors' Championship.
Mm.
What have been your thoughts on this race so far, on this track then, over the course of the race?
It looks like a pretty decent track actually. You can get some good racing with those long DRS zones. And I like the flow of it, but it doesn't look like it's an easy track for sure.
It's not, but I think we'll find there are some odd places that you can pull and overtake off, especially if the car's not makes a mistake. Like where
There's very long corners, yeah. I think especially if you've got drivers on different tyre strategies, yeah. So if you've got someone on like fresh softs, and they're catching someone on used mediums, and as you said, all those different lines.
in some of the corners, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, might be controversial to say, but this is the kind of track where refueling might play a big factor if there was that in the race.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's one of those tracks where actually you could probably make a case for refueling. Ooh, Bloom got very close to that wall there. Coming onto the back straight, rushed that like it was the swimming pool at Monaco. Although the difference is that's Armco, this is concrete, so it doesn't really have the same kind of give. Yeah, I mean after the first 2 rounds, more big points for Bloom in the Drivers' Championship as well.
Yeah, I need to check, but although I'm guessing this is a pretty good performance by Mike's, by Mayhem. But yeah, great points for the AlphaTauri team as well.
First couple of races, I mean, when the first race, Mayhem was very unlucky in retiring when he was well out in front. He was looking like the car to beat that day. I think from now on it's going to be a catching up game.
Ooh. Oh dear, just touched the inside of that
Yeah,
apex
I
and then
saw that.
bounced him into the wall. So unfortunately, I mean he's lucky. Could have been a lot worse damage,
He
but
won't come into pits. There's no point now. So close to the end of the race.
yeah, his teammate is a lap down behind him. Well, he might do. He could if he's got any fresh tyres, he might want to go for the fastest lap. But
Yeah, well, I don't know. How many tyres has he gone? How many compounds has he gone? Because he ran the hards for quite a while, to be fair. So
true.
he may have a set of. So he's used 3 sets of softs this race.
I don't think he's got any more softs then.
Hmm.
Yeah, he won't have any fresh sets.
Yeah, I think Nathan the same. They've both used 2 sets of mediums, 3 sets of softs, and a set of hards. They've actually used their entire allocation of tyres.
Oh, good on him.
Supra's got a set of fresh mediums left. Well, Devil's retired now, so I don't know. The Devil would have again a set of hards left. He'd used all his other tyres. That might be why he was one of the reasons he retired as well. They have used all 6 of the allocated tyres they get for the race. But actually, the set that Blue's probably on now is one of the sets that he used for qualifying.
Interesting. Well, he did.
Didn't start the race on.
Yeah, he did use that one set. They did like an outlap and an in lap. So.
Yeah, that'll be the set he's on currently. Well, he is coming back into the pits. Evinters? I don't know. Maybe he's just gonna. Maybe it depends on how long he was on that first set of softs for. Actually,
He's been on them for 7 laps, so no, he could have taken them to the end if.
I don't know whether the game resets the lap thing, even if it's a used set of tyres. We're about to find he's got a set of mediums on.
Technically, well, yeah. It's now saying 8, but let's see if this goes down to 0. No, it's saying 8.
I think that's the set he used earlier when he damaged his wing and had to come in very early in the run.
Well, just 2.5 laps left anyway, or 3 laps for him.
Won't be that.
Oh no, he's been a lap. He's been lapped, so.
Yeah, he's only used 2 sets of mediums. He came in after 8 laps. This is the first set of mediums he used earlier on, I think. Or no, the second actually. Super, I'm very impressed by today.
Yeah, he's kept his head down well. He got on with it.
Not being biased or anything, but yes, he has been very, very strong today. After the minor incidents in the very beginning of the race, he's kept his head down for the rest of it and he's driven really, really well. Anyway, 2 and a bit laps to go.
I think, yeah. Mayhem's come around the penultimate corner to start the penultimate lap. And he is doing 38s at the moment, so he is just cruising, not using any energy. He's got 100% battery. Just taking it easy.
Supra's have done his retirement from the race. That just leaves all the drivers line points left in.
Well, this is good practice because we still have Monaco to go.
Yes.
So, and that's going to be a lot harder.
I'm looking forward to myself. As defending race winner.
Really?
Monaco? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really? Sense some sarcasm in your voice there. That's still a fair way to go. Still another 2 rounds after Yeah, 3 rounds after this one.
It's like before or after Christmas, but
It's it's after in the calendar after Spain. It's round 6. I have to check the calendars to find out. Actually, I don't know.
yeah, it is after Spain.
Yeah,
Then they go to Canada.
I can pop up the. There it is. I've got the calendar here. It is 1 run assist. 13th today, isn't it? Yeah. So no, Monaco is on the. Oh, it's the week beginning, so Sunday. Yeah, the 11th. No, the 15th of the 11th. Sorry, I forgot you did the dates the wrong way around.
No, Google does it. 15th to 11th, really?
Yeah, the last race before the Christmas break is Canada.
Oh.
I'm guessing the Formula 2 Canada race kind of sits in there somewhere as well.
Potentially, but Canada was awkward. One of the FT races was very difficult to schedule because it would have been the 23rd of December, which is not really sensible.
Yeah.
Here comes Mayhem anyway. She's just going to put another lap on Mike.
Yeah, the French F2 race is on the same on the 23rd anyway. Yeah, the French F2 race is on the 23rd of December.
Well, let's look at that. That shouldn't be.
It's on the same week as the Canadian Assist League race, which is on the 20th.
Okay, yeah, no, it shouldn't be.
Then we have a for Christmas break, but yeah. We're released in the F1 league. We've got.
It shouldn't be, Carl.
Oh no.
I don't think it would be sensible to have a race on Christmas Eve. Now here comes Mayhem. Penultimate corner, 1 to go. He could even break a wing if he wants to, because he's going to cross the line.
There we go. Well done, Mayhem.
Oh, 5-second time penalty, unserved penalty.
That'll be the spit lane speeding.
Pit lane speed, but yeah, but it was interesting they didn't make him serve it immediately.
I think they don't let you serve it when you've just got it. Like on the pit stop, you get it because I mean, in reality, you wouldn't know, would you? If you got speeding.
Yeah, but I suppose it came up instantly. Bloomster comes in second. Nathan is in sector 3 now.
Very good podium finish with Mike crossing the finish line already. He could roll the car over the wall, ride the catch fence for a bit, and still be on the podium.
Yeah, he could get out, have a cup of tea.
Yeah. Socially distant cup of tea, of course, you know. Be with the times.
I wasn't saying he was drinking tea with anybody. Keeps it up the wall. There we go. Oh, and Supra is our driver of the day.
I love that. That pose is brilliant. This is his first one of the year. Puts North Korea back on the top step of the podium for the first time since, I believe, 2017.
He's pretending to be North Korean, is he?
Always has done. He's always raced under the North Korean flag.
There we go. Confirmation that Mayhem has won the race and took the fastest lap on 3-stop strategy. Bloomster P2 on a 6-stop strategy. Nevertheless, that's a good point for him and his teammate, who comes home in 3rd. And then Mike will get the de facto P4 from the assist drivers. More good points for McLaren. And we also had Supra finishing with Devil and Kyle not finishing.
Hello.
Yeah, super technically classified though.
Yeah.
He was within that 90%, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that was a pretty good race, and if you enjoyed that, you can always tune in a week's time on Mike Whiteside's stream or here on Facebook, and you can watch the non-assist league drivers trying to protect their front downforce generating devices.
There we go. I was waiting to say that.
going to be difficult, but yeah,
It really is.
hopefully you'll be able to join us. Thank you for watching.